Hello, my darling. Thank you so much for purchasing a reading with Medium Emary. So today we're going to give you a 5-question tarot card reading. So I'm happy we're able to connect again. I know that you've been going through a lot, my dear, and I'm going to do everything I can in the best of my ability to be a vessel and bring forth any messages or any guidance through the cards or, emotionally to you. So, um, let's see here. I'm gonna pull up your 5 questions that you redid and you sent to me. So thank you so much for doing that. Let's do a quick little prayer and then we could focus. I'll pray again towards the end for you as I want to send you some healing. And we'll work with Archangel Raphael and just the angels itself, and we can work with um, Jesus as well. I'm not religious, but I do believe in the power of all these beings that came forth to work with us. So let's do a quick little prayer. All right. We ask the universe now to reveal to this client time what she needs to know. We ask that the information that comes through may it come through God's higher purpose, God's higher intention. We call upon the angels now, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, to protect the space, protect me, and surround white light energy. Again, we call upon the white light to protect myself and to bring forth only information for her highest self. Amen. All right, so let's start off here. Dear highest self, is there any measure of hope for the relationship I have with this person for us to gradually work through this together and remain a couple? All right, so well, I'm gonna start shuffling for that. I remember I did give you information about him last time about what I felt like future prospects wise. I know you have this strong love for him as I feel it in that first question. I feel very strongly. And again, like I said, I feel like you both are soulmates and have lived many lives together and gone through a lot of lessons and experiences together. Um, there is a female motherly grandmother figure coming through for this person that you're with, your partner. It's like a motherly or grandmother figure coming through. I'm thinking it's a grandmother, but there is a female that's around him in spirit. That's just being acknowledged to say, send her love to him. Just know this, as I do pick up on spirits, as I am a medium. So we're gonna start shuffling here. What is there any hope for this client? This client, and any hope for them both? I mean, I told you what I felt, but again, we all have free will, and I know you're gonna keep trying. That's my feeling. I know you're gonna keep trying no matter what, because I feel like you have this strong connection for him, and you don't want to let him go. So the only way that I feel that this will work is if you don't fixate on him and fixate on his energy so much and focus so much on what's happening with him, what he's doing, what's going. I feel like if you begin, people don't realize this, but if you begin, this represents, obviously there's some form of dishonesty and things like that, and things being sneaky, lying, things I'm sure that he's gone through with you many times before. But there's this feeling that if you begin to work on yourself and work on those negative suicidal feelings, or those feelings where you're feeling very affected, as I feel like this is a genetic and chronic thing, if anything. So I don't feel like it's something that you are experiencing because it's just happening for no reason. I feel like you've gone through traumas, and I also even feel like it's a genetic thing. It's something that it's been passed on. So This is something that you will be battling, and it will be a struggle. But I feel like once you start working on yourself, once you start finding that alignment for yourself, the alignment of the relationship will just start unfolding because you're not focusing on him. You're not putting your energy on him, you know? I feel like you have this sense of wanting to be there for him too, but right now, who's needing to be taken care of is yourself. So the best way for this relationship to gradually start working as a whole, as a relationship, as a couple, is for you to work on yourself. Once you start working on yourself, you'll start seeing things differently. You'll start feeling things differently. I really feel as well you'll have more of an awareness towards the relationship itself because you're working on yourself. What's allowing you to not work on yourself is because you're using this relationship as an outlet to get away from yourself, to avoid dealing with yourself. So the way to fix a relationship is to do the opposite and to work on yourself, to focus on yourself, but in the best positive form. It doesn't mean that you're gonna like avoid him, doesn't mean you're gonna avoid the relationship. It just means that you're gonna be learning to love yourself more, and that will eventually allow the relationship um, to begin. How do I say it? Once you start learning to love yourself, or begin that process, or learn to, you'll start seeing the relationship will start working only if he's learning to love himself, only if he's learning to work on himself. Now, a relationship only works if it's 50-50. If one's only giving 70% and the other is only giving 30 or 20%, the relationship's not going to work because, for example, you're giving 70 and he's only giving 20. And no matter what you do, even if you're working on yourself and he's, and you're not focusing on him and it's still like that and you feel like you're still putting too much energy and so much effort and he's only putting this 20%, the relationship is always going to fail. So you have to pay attention to that too. You could work on yourself, but if you see that you're still giving 80% of yourself and he's only giving 20, then there's an issue. So I would say is to step back a little bit, step back and focus on yourself and try not to give so much. Try to give that 50. Don't give 80. Don't give 100. Don't give 70. Give 50%. Step away and try to detach a little bit to see how he reacts. If he doesn't react and go more than 20% after that, there's your answer, my love. Sometimes things happen for a reason, for the expansion of our own self, for the growth of our own self. Maybe this is happening right now for you guys can then maybe get back together again in the future and it'll be much of a stronger relationship because you guys are going through this break right now or whatnot. You know what I mean? So the answer, there is hope if there's 50-50 in the relationship. There is hope if he decides to put more effort. If he doesn't, and it's still staying the same way, then there's your answer. And I think you're getting intuitively that feeling anyways. To your higher self. If so, how can I generally gradually improve? See this relationship I'm in, Jesse. Exactly what I said. Thank you very much. Working on yourself. Working on loving yourself, taking care of yourself, giving yourself tender love and care. You need tender love and care right now, especially if you've been going through these very negative and very chaotic emotions. You deserve to tell your heart, I love you. You're okay. I feel like, I don't know if I told you, did I tell you this? Another good technique, the only way to conquer these negative emotions that you're going through is to have techniques. And one of the techniques that I used that was really good is holding your heart and talking to your heart. Because what's happening is your heart's needing love, your heart's needing attention, your heart's needing acknowledgement. So you need to talk to your heart and spend time talking to your heart. Say, I love you, heart. You're okay, heart. And you're probably going to cry doing this, which is completely normal. But when you do this, it's allowing yourself to receive that love and to You're allowing yourself to validate that, hey, it's okay the way I'm feeling. Hey, it's okay that I'm feeling like this, but guess what? I am me. I am all I have, and that my heart needs me right now. My heart needs me. Talk to your heart. Talk to it like it's another person, because it is. It's an organ. It's what's keeping us alive. So talk to your heart. Spend time doing this. I do this at night sometimes. I do this in the shower actually more, because I'm showering by myself and I'm not with my baby and my partner, and I'm relaxed. I talk to my heart. I pray in the shower. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I pray and I let it out in the shower. I cry. Prayer is so powerful. You have no idea how strong prayer is. If you ask your angels, please help me. You ask your guides, please help me. You will see. It won't happen in a day, but you'll start seeing signs and little things happening that they're trying to be there for you. So work on yourself. Dear higher self, I feel completely lost and that my own life is without meaning, unique purpose. I struggle to feel that. There's any reason for me to be here. If you can, I would be very grateful if you could please help me understand why I'm here. What is my unique higher purpose calling? Is it for this specific time? I get emotional reading that. I really feel on a spiritual level, there's really we don't really, the purpose of us here is to experience joy. That's truly what I feel. I don't feel like purpose means like career or that label of what you are, or everybody has their own purpose of being a mother, a doctor. Like, you can say those are those are purposes and reasons to be alive. But I really feel like on a spiritual level, the real reason, the real purpose for us all to be here. Now, I'm not just saying you, I'm saying for all of us. So you could see and know that it's not about labeling. That's what society's made us feel, that we're not worthy because we don't have that label of what our purpose is. Our true purpose is to experience joy in whatever way, shape, or form it is. Whatever way it is, experience joy every day or whenever we can, to find that joy, to find our joy. What is your joy? What makes you happy? Is it drawing? Is it writing? Is it singing? Is it running? Is it being with nature? Whatever that is. I want you just to find that one thing that makes you happy, the one thing that makes you feel a little bit good. Obviously, it has to be something positive, but that one little thing that makes you feel good, and start with that. That's what I want you to start with. You're probably thinking that's not something big, does it make me feel, that's nothing. No, it is something, because that gives you that feeling of goodness. That gives you that feeling of joy. Like for me, I like watching Disney movies. I like watching little kid films. Whenever I feel my lowest point, I watch Disney movies. Makes me feel like a kid again, makes me feel happy again. And then I start off with that emotion, and then I run with that, and then I look for more things, and I go little by little. But that's the beginning of a really beautiful start. I would start off with that. Find that one little thing that makes you happy. The one little thing. Even if it's stupid and silly, start off with that. But that's our purpose. That's what your purpose is. To find your joy. And that joy is not supposed to be in another person. It has to be something that you love doing with yourself. You love doing on your own or with yourself. That little thing. Even if it's little feeling. Unfortunately, we cannot find joy in other people. We could share our happiness with people, but they're not going to fulfill that void, because even then I have a child, I have a partner, and I still have that void. I still have that empty feeling that I can't explain. But I find the little things that I love to do, and I run with that. Why are you here? To experience a human experience? To just find that playground, to find that place where you could just have fun. Humans are supposed to be here to, like I said, experience joy, experience things, to experience all different emotions. Beauty, sadness, anger. All those emotions is what creates humanity, what creates this human experience. If we didn't have opposite feelings. If we only had joy, if we only had positive feelings, this place would be very boring. So those feelings you're feeling are beautiful feelings. You know why? Because it's making you who you are today. It's making you a strong person. It's making you grow. It's making you feel things. It's making you see things. It's making you feel certain emotions. Maybe you're going through these emotions because maybe you need to help people. Maybe you need to reach out to people that are going through the same thing as you and find healing in that and talk to each other and relate. I'm picking up something where maybe you'll find healing with talking to people going through the same thing, reaching out to people who are going through depression. I see you talking and healing and working with people on that kind of way as well. I feel like your unique purpose is to find that joy, find joy in whatever it is, even if it's just looking at the stars at night. And I feel like your calling is to work with people, heal people, talk to people that are going through the same thing. Healing, talking to people, working with people, healing. Basically what I do too, but in a different form. Um, and working with people, healing people in all ways. Dear higher self, can you please offer me any insight about this? I feel like you experience it because it's a chronic thing. It's a something that's been passed down to you. I feel like it's all trauma too, but it's something passed down. So I feel like then it's something that you will be battling and struggling with, but you need to find that outlet that will assist. I don't know if you've done it yet, hun, but I feel like if you work on meditation and praying and yoga is really helpful with that. Yoga and eating better, eating a healthier diet, foods. Maybe you could focus on creating new recipes, new foods, things that will nourish and help the body to feel good. Okay? And doing positive things. Maybe if being with this partner is not making you feel good, step back, like I said, step back and do things that will make you feel good. Eating better, doing some exercise, yoga, meditation, prayer, journaling, journal. Talking with friends that you can enjoy talking to people, getting lots of support and love from people and connecting with people. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you could reach out to people that are going through the same thing as you and you guys could talk about it. And it's great. I love something that helps me is relating with somebody. That helps me tremendously when I'm going through something in my lowest state. So this is something that I'm not saying is out of your control. This is something that you have control of in the sense of you have power in the way you deal with it. You'll go through it. I'm not going to say it's going to go away, but you have power in the way you can deal with it. You make that choice. If am I going to deal with this? Am I going to deal with this in a positive way, or am I going to deal with this in a negative way? Am I going to just let myself dwell and wallow in this feeling always, or am I going to do something about it? You know? I feel like you have so many things to offer the world and do for the world. I feel like you have so many things to give. This knowledge you have, these experiences you've gone through with suicide, I feel like you could talk to people that are going through the same thing as you and your beautiful energy, because you have beautiful energy. I heard your voice and the way you write and the energy I've exchanged with you. You can totally heal people. And I feel like that's your calling in a very strong, I feel that very strongly as well. Dear high self, is there any divine guidance that you wish to share with me that could help me with suicidal? Taking care of yourself. Starting off first by taking care of yourself, starting off with that one little feeling that makes you feel good, even if it's silly and stupid. Because I told you my silly one, watching Disney films. Starting off with that. Next, getting rid of things that don't make you feel good. Maybe, I don't know, things that don't make you feel good. Like what doesn't make me feel good is arguing, screaming, maybe certain people that I don't like talking to. If you don't feel like talking to them, don't answer the phone call. Trying to find all that love and support you can from friends that you feel like that are you can talk to. Reaching out to people that are going through the same thing as you so you can relate. Maybe you could join some Facebook groups and talk to people that are going through healing, meditation, prayer, yoga. You have to incorporate these things. If you are just not incorporating these things and you're just then it's not going to work. You have to push yourself. You have to want to do it. You have to want to help yourself. Nobody else could help you until you want to help yourself. And you have to begin that process with doing the little things, baby steps, no matter what, even if it's day by day, my love. Okay? Painting helped me a lot, journaling, but also trying to do interacting things with people. Maybe join a group or a yoga class. Being around people helped me a lot too, because when you're alone too much, it could create a lot of loneliness. And also keeping yourself busy doing things, because when you're too alone and you're not keeping yourself busy, you're too much in your mind, and that's not a very good place to be, especially if you're going through this. Okay, that is what I'm feeling for you, hun. I see something with writing with you. I don't know if you like writing, but there's something of writing with you. I don't know if you'll write a book one day or something with writing, but I feel a connection with you writing. So that is what I'm feeling, my love. Let's do a quick little prayer, and then I'll leave you with that. I hope